Steve, I just wonder if you could give us a bit of a reflection on your tournament. I mean, obviously it strikes me as being quite frustrating. You've made 150, you're averaging 29. You look like you've built foundations but haven't been really able to cash in.
Yeah, no, it's been a little bit disappointing at times. I've been in the middle of a few partnerships that have helped build a foundation for sure, but yeah, definitely would have liked to have gone on with it a little bit more. I've got in on some tricky surfaces. Obviously the first one against India was a tricky one. The South Africa one where I felt like I was batting nicely, questionable sort of LBW. And then got a good one earlier, I suppose, against Sri Lanka. I was batting nicely against Netherlands, and then was batting reasonably well the other day against England. So a couple of starts where I would have liked to go on with it a little bit more, but wasn't to be. But I still feel like I'm hitting the ball quite well. So hopefully some runs at the back end of the tournament.
Steve, Australia have two of the three largest victories in terms of runs. 309 and 275 against Netherlands and Afghanistan respectively. And this World Cup has seen a lot of one-sided matches with a lot of big wins. How do you look at it? Is it good for
what? Sorry.
A lot of big margin of wins in terms of runs and also wickets. There have been very, very few close contests. How do you look at this, and is it good for one-day cricket and the 50-hour format? And what do you read about these kind of wins?
Honestly, I haven't paid too much attention to the deficits. It's just been about playing the game, and yeah, we've obviously had a couple of big wins, and which have been nice for us. And for us, it's just focusing on what we can do out in the middle. And yeah, we've got a game here tomorrow against Afghanistan, who are a dangerous side on their day, and we certainly won't be taking them lightly.
With that in mind, Afghanistan, and also thinking about your next game against Bangladesh, the two teams that you just haven't played a whole lot of one-day cricket against over your career, right? What does that kind of mean from a preparation point of view for you and the team?
Yeah, I think both sides have some quality spinners in particular, which I think the spinners have had pretty big impacts for most teams in those middle overs, and we knew that coming into the World Cup that. Those middle overs batting is going to be crucial to, I guess, negate the damage as much as possible, build foundations for the back end, and it's going to be no different in the next couple of games against some quality spinners.
How are Maxwell and Marsh tracking?
Good question, not sure. I assume Marshy's here. He's here at training today, and Maxie's here as well. So I assume they're training, and whether they're available tomorrow, I have no idea.
Can I just ask, when you do get those two back, in terms of one-day teams you've played in, Steve, that'll be the first time you have a full 15 available. How strong is this 11? That 11, compared to other ones you played in your career.
I don't want to sort of single out any sort of teams. I think I've played in some really good teams over the years. Obviously the one in 2015 was a very good one when we won the World Cup at home, and this is no different. It's a quality side. We've got some good people there, some good individuals, and we're working collectively as a team at the moment after the first two losses we had. So we're in a good place, we're playing well, and hopefully we can keep that up.
Steve, just as a team as well, in a long tournament like this, do you believe that there is this whole thing of peaking at the right time and ticking boxes as you go along, or do you just go one game at a time and say, we need to get into the semi-finals, yes, but we'll still focus on what we're getting out of each game and then just move on?
I think you do want to be peaking at the right time at the end, but obviously you need to do enough to make the semi-finals, and I think that'd be the beauty of it if we were able to get there. We had a rough start, we lost 2 games, and we've gradually, I guess, progressed as we've gone along, and there's still areas we can work on. So, tomorrow's a big game for us. I think if we win, we qualify, if that's correct. I think you want to be peaking at the right time for sure, and the two teams up top are playing really good cricket, in particular India, who beat the second team, South Africa, yesterday pretty convincingly. So, they're going to be tough to beat, there's no doubt about that. But I think we're playing some good cricket, so hopefully we can have a good day tomorrow, get ourselves in there and give ourselves a chance.
And just on Manas, how much is he still buzzing from not his innings, but having got the DRS right, and he couldn't, he was. I've never seen him being hugged and embraced as much as he was after he got it right.
He keeps using this saying to me. He thinks I talk a lot of rubbish, but he goes, even a broken clock's right twice a day, and I think that works for him yesterday or the day before. But yeah, he's got good ears, to be fair. He hears a lot of things, and he's always confident something's happened. So fortunately, he was right on this occasion.
Hi Steve, you spoke about Afghanistan being a dangerous team, and they've sort of notched up a few important wins as well. How do you look at their spin threat in particular? Obviously these conditions here are flat pitch and obviously might not suit them that much, but how do you look at their spin threat in particular?
No, they're good bowlers and need to be respected at the right times, and then we need to be able to put pressure on them at the right times as well. So yeah, playing at Wankhede, it's historically a high scoring ground, so no, we're going to have to play their spin as well tomorrow. There's no doubt about that. They're very good bowlers, they're smart bowlers, and yeah, we're going to have to play them well tomorrow.
Steve, in the event that Mitch is available, have you been given any indication as to whether you will drop back down the order to 4?
I haven't heard anything the last few days, but I assume that's the case, as it was before whatever happened, and then whatever, I can't even remember where we were. It's all blending together, but yeah, I assume that's the case.
And just, I noticed, and this may be you, but you were grimacing a little bit as you sat down. You okay physically, or you're all good?
I've had a bit of vertigo stuff the last day or so, so it's just been a bit annoying. So hopefully I can get through training today and be all good. But yeah, it's not a nice place to be.
Is that something you battle with a bit, or?
Occasionally, I've had a few episodes, so I can tell you it's not the funnest space to be in. But yeah, I'll go out and have a hit and hopefully be okay, and we'll see how we go.
Just maybe a word on Pat Cummins' captaincy so far. You've done a lot of 50-over captaincy yourself, but he hasn't necessarily. What have you made of his approach so far?
Yeah, I think he's improved as it's sort of gone on. He's got the tempos of the game. He's understanding the pace of the game a lot more, and like I said, he hasn't done it a lot, so he's sort of working into it. But I think he's done a terrific job after we were particularly 2-0 or 0-2 to get us in a position where we are now. He's doing a great job, and yeah, we're right behind him, and hopefully we can play well for him tomorrow.
Yeah. Hello, Steve. Given how strong Cricket Australia were in cancelling the Afghanistan series earlier this year, are you surprised to be playing this match? Because the reason they gave at the time with regard to the talent doesn't seem to have changed at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's far above my pay grade. We obviously played against Afghanistan in the T20 World Cup at home recently, and yeah, we're playing tomorrow, so it's not a question for me. That's far above my pay grade.
Can I just ask, what's impressed you about the Afghanistan team's performances at this World Cup particularly?
I think they've won some key moments in games against some good teams, and yeah, clearly their spinners are a big threat. They're quality bowlers, and they've got some batters, particularly at the top of the order, that are taking the game on and can take it away from you. So no, they're a good side, and I think they've come a long way in the last 5 or 6 years. So I think they're a tough side, and you've got to play well to beat them.
Thank you.
Steve, quite a few wins of late have come defending big totals. Will there be any insistence on batting second and chasing in tough conditions that have been in here in Mumbai? And another word, if you can, on Adam Zampa's performance in the World Cup.
Sorry, what was the first question?
A lot of wins of late for Australia have come by defending totals. So will there be any insistence in batting second and trying to have a bowl first and trying to limit opposition? And your assessment of Zampa's performance throughout the World Cup?
I mean, firstly, yeah, I'm not sure. I think this ground, we've seen South Africa scored 400 odd, I think, batting first. It can be a very good chasing ground, so we've got to sum a few things up, obviously, before we make that decision. But then, yeah, we'll see how we go. And Zamps, I think he's progressed beautifully throughout this this tournament. I thought he bowled beautifully the other night. You know, to be fair, England batters probably didn't put him under as much pressure as we thought they might have done. But I thought he controlled his length and his pace beautifully, and it's probably as good as I've seen him bowl, to be fair. And didn't he just have a good day out with bat, ball and in the field? Yeah, it was a special day for him, and yeah, pleased to see.
Steve, just getting back to your vertigo, and you had the big blink just then. Does that leave you in some doubt for tomorrow? Do you have to get through the game and wake up all right, or do you usually pull up okay?
No, I think I'll be okay. Yeah, I'm not feeling great at present, but you know, I'll have a hit and see how we go. So hopefully all good.
And with the Afghan spinners, is that you guys haven't seen a lot of Afghanistan and Bangladesh. Is there anything in particular that that you guys need to study up on, or take more notice of than you might previously?
I think a lot of the guys have been watching a lot of the games that have been played, and you know, we've seen you know, a lot of their bowlers playing around the world in different tournaments and know what they're capable of doing. So yeah, there's some good bowlers, and yeah, as I said, we're going to have to respect them at times, try and put pressure on them at times, and get that balance right.
Steve, the other day against England, Adam Zampa ticked all the boxes, be it batting, bowling and fielding. And now how team's looking at him as a batter, and how Adam Zampa is now practicing his batting shots and all.
He might try and get himself up the order or something, I don't know. No, look, over the years I've seen him play a few different innings where he's helped the team out for sure. I think the guys were talking in the sheds the other day when he was batting well about a domestic game he played against Queensland where he might have got like 40 off 20 balls or something like that, and was hitting Billy Stanlake, like lapping him and things like that. So he's got all the shots, he's got it all in the shed, and yeah, it was good to see it come out the other day when we probably needed it.